Are you dealing with an inflammatory disease, or are you just totally stressed out and would love a simple tip that could really make a huge difference in your health? I'm Hannah Mason, Vitality Coach, and in today's Spark, we're going to be exploring breathe, baby, breathe. Life goals I had for myself that I set from when I was in theater school back in college was to integrate yoga and meditation into my life. These are things that I had either heard of or slightly experienced and knew that they would make a big difference in my life. And yet year after year after year would go by, and somehow I did a fantastic job of coming up with so many excuses why I'll do it later, or tomorrow, or next week, or not at all. And with meditation, it was like, oh, I can't meditate. I'm not that kind of person. With yoga, it was like, yeah, some other time. And eventually, the need for these skills just came into my life, and I embraced them, and I've integrated them into my life. And the thing that I've come to realize more than anything is that both yoga and meditation and other yoga-like practices like Tai Chi or Qigong are really, really good at making us more aware of our breathing. Actually, just now, as I was saying that, I realized, and I do this a lot of times when I'm in front of the camera, I get really excited, and so my breathing tends to tense up. So when we're on stage or when we're in the presence of a bear, we might go into an elevated adrenal state. We get really excited or really nervous, depending on how you look at it, right? We get really excited and charged to move forward and protect ourselves or fight or run or do whatever it is. Ah, lions and tigers and bears, oh my. And when our heart is racing that way, our breathing grows really shallow. And for a lot of people, their breathing stops entirely. It's like you hold your breath, and obviously you need oxygen, so your body will figure out how to breathe anyway, but it'll breathe in a way that's very tight and constricted. And as I've done yoga over the years and integrated a meditation practice, I've noticed just over the course of my day, all of a sudden I can feel that my chest has gotten tight, and I remind myself to breathe. Oh, I'm going to do that again. And it feels good for me to do this. And my guess is me breathing in this way is in this very moment inspiring you also to breathe in this way, because you being a human being have mirror reflexes where you mimic the people around you, which is why hanging around calm people makes us feel calmer, because they breathe more slowly, they speak more slowly, and they chill us out. And being around somebody like me might make you feel more vivacious and excited about life, and you might want to balance it out by hanging around with somebody who's a wee bit slower sometimes, right? So what I've noticed is I'll be in the middle of chopping up vegetables in my kitchen and then realize that my breathing has gotten really tight. So I just stop and breathe. And that simple exercise does so much. So I want to tell you about how breathing can be like so big in your life, right? And that requires you taking a behavior that you've pushed all the way down into your subconscious, because your body is just breathing all the time without you having to put any input into it, which is absolutely fantastic, because you had to think about breathing all day long, you'd go crazy, right? How could you do anything else? But if you could at least to a certain degree elevate that consciousness about breathing up into your conscious mind, right here in the frontal lobe, that grown-up parent part of you that can take charge, then just bringing awareness to your breathing does so much. First of all, when we're aware of our breathing and we slow down a bit, it automatically regulates our breathing to a calmer pace. When that happens, the other thing that happens is our heart rate also starts to chill out, and it goes to a calmer pace. And when that happens, we get the opposite of the adrenal state. Usually the adrenal state kicks in with adrenaline that shoots into all parts of our bodies and gets our muscles strong, gets the blood flowing out of the center of our body towards our extremities, gets us ready to run, heart rate going crazy, breathing shallow, immune system shut down. Really good things when you're running away from a bear, not so good on a day-to-day basis when you're just dealing with daily stresses that actually aren't dangerous but might emotionally feel that way. All of that adrenaline can cause inflammation in your body, actually does cause inflammation in your body, because adrenaline is an acidic hormone. The vast majority of our body runs in an alkaline state, but as you keep pumping more and more acid into your body, that's what causes inflammation. Just like if you pour a bottle of acid onto your hand, you'd expect your hand to get all red and raw and swollen, and then your immune system to come in and bring all this pus to the area to help it to heal. That's inflammation, ladies and gentlemen, and that's what acid will do to you. So you don't want to keep pumping cortisol through your body. What you do want to do is help your body then chill out again. So when you bring your breathing down and you breathe and you regulate that and you allow your heart rate to go down, so then you kind of get a backward domino effect where then your adrenal glands can also chill out. And that's amazing because that'll get you out of an acidic state and more into an alkaline state. But the other thing that's so cool, you may or may not know that the acid alkaline, that line from, I can't think of the word, but whatever, the range from acidic to alkalinity is called pH. And you probably know that, but do you know what pH means, right? It means per hydrogen, meaning how hydrated, how much hydrogen do you have? How hydrated are you? And the way you up the amount of hydrogen in your body is by having a lot of water and also just breathing, right? So when you breathe, you oxygenate your body, and oxygen is what knocks out the antioxidants, right? So oxygen chills your body out, also regulates your pH. And so just breathing on its own is going to help to further alkalize the body, but also the breathing process chills out the cortisol, gets that flushing out of your system so that you can go into a calmer, not adrenal, not stressed out state. So just breathe, 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 breathe. Something that my sister does, hey sis, is she puts an alarm on her phone. It goes off every hour, and it's not a noisy, stressful alarm. It's a very peaceful sound. And the alarm is called Breathe. And it just reminds her once an hour to just stop and breathe. Also just including a meditation practice, qigong, tai chi, yoga, anything that you can do that's just going to get you breathing is really, really helpful. Something else that helps people is to be out in nature. For some reason, when we're in nature, we tend to breathe more slowly, particularly when we're in states of awe, like sunrises, sunsets, situations where we can see the horizon, or just be in a state of wonder of the nature around us. And also the air when we're in forests or by the ocean tends to be pretty clean, rich air to breathe. And you can just remind yourself, I'm breathing this in. The other really amazing thing that breathing does for you is it brings you in to the present moment. Breath is that place where your spiritual self and your physical self meet. So just breathing and concentrating on your breathing will bring you into the present moment. And in the present moment, you will find that you're fine, everything's fine. All the things that you're sad, angry, frustrated, stressed, insane about tend to live in the past and in the future. For most people, the present moment is really quite sweet, and breathing helps to bring you there. So if you know that you want to bring breathing into your life, go for it. But if you also know that in addition to breathing, you want to improve your diet, set goals, work on your mental health, work on your physical health, and all this stuff seems a little bit daunting, and you'd like a coach to help you get there, you might want to set up a discovery session with Hannah Mason Vitality Coach. The discovery session is free. You can contact me here on Facebook or sign up for a free discovery session at my website at hannahmason.com. In the meantime, I wish you a beautiful day. Want to experience more clarity, vibrance, and joy in your life? Book a discovery session with Hannah at hannahmason.com/joy.